I think the two best teams have made the final of the Champions Trophy, and that is exactly how it should be. It doesn't always work like that, but I think it's fair to say that India and New Zealand have been the two best teams. And I think it's fair to say that India start favourites as the best team of the tournament. Have they been at an advantage? Yes, they have. I mean, it's undeniable. You don't have to travel. You're playing in the same conditions, yes. But the key question is, did India plot to create this situation? I think the moment it became clear that India could not go to Pakistan, I think we need to make a little subtle distinction between India won't go and India cannot go. In this case, I think India could not go. And so the moment that happened, there were only two alternatives, weren't there? Either you play the Champions Trophy without India, and I don't think India would have objected to that too much, but I might be naive, or you play all of India's matches in one place. So it's transpired that way. And I think, in all fairness, the one thing you can say about India in the last few years is they've not complained about conditions and they've not complained about travel. India have traveled as much and as frequently as any other team in international cricket so far. So I don't think India plotted to do this. And I think sometimes, and we make the mistake about other countries too, sometimes I think you need to be a little sensitive to the realities of our part of the world. So that's where it is. But this is not a political log. This is a cricketing log. India have been very powerful. India have done almost everything right. And I mean, you think of India at this tournament and you think of Virat Kohli. He's been box office, hasn't he? His Virat Kohli in a run chase is a different beast altogether. It's like in the movies, when they put a tracker on a car. And so when you know exactly where you've got to go, you can plan your journey, you can know where you've got to go, what time you've got to reach. And that is what Virat Kohli does very well the moment you give him a target. And I think the key for Virat is that he doesn't panic, that he's very, very calm. He doesn't put the target in front of the chase. He doesn't say, oh my God, I've got to get there, and allow the future, which is reaching the target, to overwhelm the present. Virat Kohli has this great ability to stay in the present and be completely aware of the future and be aware that if you keep doing the present well, the future will happen. And it seems like philosophy, but it's actually very simple. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that too. And that is what Virat Kohli has done very well. But there's been a lot of support around. And sometimes because of Virat's personality, a lot of that tends to go under the radar. Shubman Gill has been very good. Shreyas Iyer has been outstanding. Akshat Patel has been your man for all seasons. KL Rahul has done everything that's asked of him. And Hardik Pandya is the key to this composition. If India are able to play three spinners in T20 cricket, if India are able to play four spinners here, the only reason they are able to get that combination right is because of the role that Hardik Pandya is playing. And I think there's no doubt in my mind that in white ball cricket, he is the premier all-rounder in the world game. He's bowling all right. He's bowling the difficult overs in the power play. He bowled 6 overs on the trot in one of the games, and then he comes back and bats beautifully. So I think from the batting point of view, it's very well sorted. Hardik also his presence allows you to bat very deep. And I don't think any other side has this batting depth that India possess at the moment. But what about the bowling? We talk about the batting all the time, don't we? What about the bowling? Mohammad Shami has been absolutely sensational. I thought he was short of a gallop when he came back. With Shami, you always know from the way he runs in how the ball is going to be delivered. And apart from that, those first 2 or 3 overs in this tournament against Pakistan, when he was just jogging in for whatever reason, he has steamed in and he has looked fantastic. Those games that he played before coming here have been huge help. And then Varun Chakravarti. What a stroke of good thinking from India selectors that you went in with Varun Chakravarti. And Chakravarti, you're able to play him only because of the role that Jadeja and Akshar Patel bring to this side, where they're able to bowl their overs as per the condition, they're able to pat very deep, and they're allowing India to play that extra bowler. So I think in terms of bowling, India are pretty well sorted, especially for these conditions. But they're up against the one team that will not mind coming and playing here. Because with Santner, with Bracewell, with Phillips, with Ravindra, New Zealand are very well equipped to play these conditions. I actually think India wouldn't have minded playing South Africa here. South Africa are a very dangerous side. They've been batting beautifully. But I think with South Africa, they might have taken time to get used to these conditions, but also they might have worried a little bit about playing in the final given their background. So I just think India might have favored playing South Africa, not because New Zealand are the bogey side, but because New Zealand bring a sense of calm. Rachin Ravindra is in good form. Kane Williamson is in fantastic form. He's one of the jewels of the modern game. The spinners are bowling very well. Matt Henry, I don't know about the injury, well, how much that'll affect him, but he came back and bowled a couple of overs. So New Zealand are the team that are probably the calmest in a big final, and that will play a big situation probably better than any other time. So it should be a really good contest. As I said, I think India start favorites. India have played themselves into a situation where they won't mind batting, they won't mind chasing. On a big day, of course, you want to go and pile up the scores and make it difficult like India did against New Zealand in the last game. But I don't think India's losing sleep about either batting first or chasing. It should be a good final. I think it'll be played on the same pitch that India played Pakistan. So I expect a very decent pitch, much like we had against Australia, where I think everybody sort of overestimated what the pitch was going to do. There weren't as many devils in the pitch as you thought so. I'm thinking a good surface. I'm not thinking a Lahore Karachi kind of surface, but definitely a 275, 280 surface and a very good final.
So thank you for watching and do subscribe to this channel.